I was looking at this video and it's kind of mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? It's like the black leaders, like of the civil rights movement, all up leading up to the day, they made enough noise until that even the relatives and descendants and the generations behind them became comfortable. So you hear about lynching in it's 2021, it'd be like, oh, a person like me personally, like yeah, I watch CNN and Fox News and the news. I watch the news on it and pay attention to it, but most of them don't, and it become like cliche. It'd be like cliche, like blurred lines, and is you got your PS5s and Xbox 2000s and shit. This is exaggeration, but modern day warfare. But it's a video game, but it's a reality situation. Meaning, like it's serious, like you really pay attention to it. Like you go to the army, in the military, black person, like you know what I'm saying? You have to talk to the people that been to like Desert Storm, Korea, and, the Gulf War and shit. Even was worse, like World War One and World War Two. Even worse than that before. Like you had like the 13. First was the 13 colonies, and then they had the Civil War of America, who made it to 50 states. That's how important history is. Like you know what I'm saying? Like before civil rights, there was like in like 1911 or some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like black people go to the armies and the militaries, and they would suffer from lynchings and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a black person going to like you, you'll be like the first to die. So if you make it out alive, you'll be like the Union Army, like back in the late 1800s, like the movie with Denzel Washington, Glory. That's before his modern day fame. Like that's one of his early movies in his career, but it was a movie about the Union Army back in the late 1800s. It's like something similar to that movie with Mel Gibson with The Patriot. It I like truth. You know what I'm saying? And I was just modern day lynches like they're kind of unheard of, but it could be in a sense. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't sleep on it because you still have modern day police brutality. You know what I'm saying? And for example, situations like I remember it so good because the young dude was born on the same day I was. Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin out there in Cincinnati or I forgot where it was, but it's something similar. And you gotta think about gotta think about like situations. You know what I'm saying? It's not far-fetched. You feel what I'm saying? So the moral of my story is like, this is the day and age of technology. It's modern day technology. It's modern day sophistication. You know what I'm saying? Technology, technology wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Kanye say rich slaves and all this stuff. And like according to the book of Revelation, Babylon's great, the daughter of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And like you dig up sin. Like the song, book of Psalms, they dig up sin. Like the prophet, like them dudes preaching was saying. But it's really Bible prophecy in a sense. And like because the people they enslave, they have been enslaved by other nations. So going dating back to Egypt. So they dig up those tactics, those ideologies, and meaning the psychological warfare that they use to enslave these people. So they incorporate it in their system. And you know what I'm saying? So that's how, you know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't really pay, like, it's like today, like, you know what I'm saying, this day and age, you have to really educate yourself. You have to be knowledgeable about history. You know what I'm saying? Because as this empire go on, the more sophisticated it be. So as far as black people, or so-called slaves, or whatever the case may be, it's harder for you to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You have more sorceries. You have more witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? You got TV, radio, internet, computers. You know what I'm saying? And the words are like the celebrities in the tough situation. You know what I'm saying? Like your favorite rappers, your favorite entertainers, sports figures. You know what I'm saying? They get paid a lot of money, but you get paid a lot of money to keep you stupid. They like to help put a spell on you, help, you know what I'm saying, dump you down. Like you know, like when celebrities go through stuff, that's the type of thing they see. But as a you know, because they attack the minds of the children. You know what I'm saying? Cartoons. This is a very sophisticated empire. You know what I'm saying? The more sophisticated this empire become, the worse off the people that they enslave become. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, like that was what the Bible talked about. You believe the lie because the Illuminati and all that shit. You walk past the Bible every day, and they lie to you through the church. Like they use God to lie to you. They use the Creator to, you know what I'm saying, to confuse you in right game. That's the disrespect, and that's what the Bible's talking about. You see what I'm saying? You go to the hospital, you see she's black. It's like what the hell you talk about? Is this empire is not made for our people. Yeah, like it's true. It's the Native Americans, like the so-called Hispanic people. They natives of this land. You have North American, South America. You have North American. If you have North American Indian, if you have North American so-called Indians, is Indian is a byword, like another name for the N-word that they gave these people when they came to take over this land. Have so-called North America and South America. You know what I'm saying? The modern day state of country of Mexico is all like Spanish. Spanish come from English, come from Latin. You know what I'm saying? Like English and you know what I'm saying? Like Spanish come from ancient Latin, which is an ancient Italian language. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Spanish, that's, what would you call the modern day Roman? Which are your modern day Europeans? The Greeks, and the ancient Greeks and Romans are your modern day Europeans. They speak Spanish. They came over here so what was the original tongue, the original language? You feel what I'm saying? So, you gotta get deep into history. But, like the Black Lives movement and all that stuff, it's not to be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of game. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. But see, like me, like my advice to stay out the inner city. That's called staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not conscious or you're just semi-conscious, it like get you. You know what I'm saying? Like you grown, you're human. You just get you a job on the outskirts of the city. Because you don't know what's going on. Like I'm saying, the Jews and the Greeks, they be warring in the streets. So unconscious black people, it's like a scapegoat or mockery to what's going on, to the people that they enslaved. That's all the way conscious. Like you be in the way. Like me personally, I stay in the outskirts of the city. I don't go down the city, nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I work over here, I do that, you know what I'm saying? I don't even much go downtown. Because first of all, like, you live downtown in the cities, that stem from slavery. Like in major cities like New Orleans, Chicago, LA, and Miami, and Philadelphia, and New York, Oakland, and Memphis, and Cincinnati, and like, you know what I'm saying, like skyscrapers and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, if you notice, the inner city be close to the CBD, what they call the centric central business district. Because why? Nigga gotta go to work. You live closer to CBD because you're a slave. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I watched and like this dude, Professor Griff, and he said the like you a slave. What he was saying, he said like the things, the technology that hit the stores and the streets in the Mali Empire, like the military have like 10, 15, 20, 30 years before it hit. You know what I'm saying? So like iPhones and shit, like the military had like 20, 30, 40 years ago. Like you're a slave, and you look what type of technology. You're a slave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. And like, I stay in the outskirts, but I stay in the outskirts, but I still stay in the black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? But that's what's on. You know, so, but it's okay. Everything gonna be alright. That's why you have the Bible. That's why you have to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, go to church. Never fucking thing. I was watching this documentary with Morgan Freeman. He said when you read a book, you have to see yourself in it. Like your people, you know what I'm saying? Because the Bible is not for oppressors. The Bible is not for rulers of empires. Like the Bible teach you how to get out of slavery. That's why Moses, like you even go back to priests, because they were first, like they were started off slaves. You see what I'm saying? All these Greek princes and kings and prophets, they was, you know what I'm saying? There's not, like slaves don't have no history, but you have the Bible. The Bible is your history. And if you read the Bible, you'll see everything in the Bible go on in every empire. Especially like if you're amongst these people. You feel me? It's scary, but it's very true. All right? It's scary, but it's very true. I try, it's nothing to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to acknowledge yourself. Gatorade. Or Powerade, I would say. Like a copycat of Gatorade. Shit, I can understand business. You know what I'm saying? That's like McDonald's and Burger King. Like Popeyes and churches. Like Pizza Hut and Domino's. You feel what I'm saying? Like competitors. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, that's another topic. But, and you just got, you know what I'm saying? It's very important to understand history because you know where you stand at today. Like, even if you're in the workplace, like, you know what I'm saying, you working with people from other nations, they be saying things. You catch some things if you be on conscious or a certain level, but you got to get deep into history. You feel what I'm saying? Like, then you be kissing every freaking thing. Like, ancient history, like the Punic Wars and ancient history of the Jews before the birth of Christ. You see what I'm saying? That's where they have BC. I like the, you know what I'm saying, the timeline of the earth. like it's crazy, but like, like your modern day planets, like Jupiter, Neptune, Mars, Saturn. What you call Saturday? That's where Saturday get in it. This is my name. That's the language, but that's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrews was the Sabbath, and this one, there's a lot of stuff, but like Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury, there was statues of gods. So there was statues they worship, which is stone, which the Bible says not to worship wood and stone. It'd be different variation. It was ancient text writing, but as time went on, it became different variations, depending on the empires and, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just an extension of different variation of the foundation of what it's talking about. But today is planets. Ain't no Mercury up there. There's no Mars up there. There's no Pluto, no Jupiter, no Saturn. In ancient Rome, there were statues. In Greece and Rome, there were statues. How could it be planets today? You know what I'm saying? God said, I do not change. I am one God, the creator of the earth. You know what I'm saying? He created the stars, the moon, and the sun, and the heavens. He ain't say nothing about no fucking Jupiter. Like the book of, you know what I'm saying? The book of Mars, Mercury. He ain't say nothing about it. It's just confusion today. Like you crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, the solar system. Yeah, ain't no fucking Mars. In ancient Roman Greece, it was a statue. See, like that's what disciples was talking about. You know what I'm saying? They had a bunch of statues worshiping wood and stone. And that's the foundation of the writings of Moses. They call it the Torah. The 5 books of Moses. Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, and Leviticus. It's just, because first of all, you have BC, which is before Christ, and you have AD, Anta Donomi or something like that, but which it means the year of the Lord. That means when Christ, this so-called Christ was walking the earth. And then you have AC after Christ, and then you have CE coming. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the years go up from this common era dating back to AD. But before AD it was BC, before Christ, and the numbers went down. But according to like archaeologists and historians, like even ancient Egypt, it date back no more than 6,000-7,000 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? 6,000-7,000 no more. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, no more than 8 years ago. Like I don't know how to. But I'm filtering. You gotta filter out the bullshit. You gotta think, and it makes sense. Talking about the Earth, the Big Bang theory, and treating the Earth made trillion years ago. But according to history, you go to Barnes and Noble. According to history, like there wasn't no empire before the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians and shit, leading up even to the day. Well, they had Babylon, but all that's written in the Word. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could date it. You know what I'm saying? And that's called, like they call it evolution and all that stuff and all that. But you have to, you gotta seek the full knowledge of yourself and all that stuff. But the Bible call it endless genealogies. That's why, you know what I'm saying? And then it said the wisdom of this world is foolishness. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't, it's a simple believer word. So you feel what I'm saying? Is black people the original peoples of the earth. The black man is the original man on the earth. Black people are the original people on the earth. So how can the white people put a stamp on humanity? First of all, the word hue means color, right? So human. It's just, you gotta get deep into history. You know what I'm saying? So hue means color. First of all, like, white people don't have no color. You know what I'm saying? So white people come from now people, but some kind of black people, or whatever the case may be. But there's a history and a story, not no myth. You know what I'm saying? You feel? You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, you just have to, you got to get on a certain conscious level to decipher. And you got to get into history. You feel what I'm saying? You can't believe everything you hear. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you're a slave, you were born a slave. Because first of all, the slaves of this empire, like back in the history of you would get killed if you learn how to read. It was a law. You know, you have the Constitution. Like, not only you was not a whole man, you was 3/5 of a man. It was a law that you couldn't read. It was forbidden for our people to read. You feel what I'm saying? So as for the Bible, like, Jesus, like the Bible is not for oppressors. People hurts. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just read the Bible to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, those people went into rulership, but that was long. That was way through the history. But yeah, that's why you have to. I call it filtering out the bullshit, because you have to. It's all about what makes sense. Like, you have a lot of stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? You're the slaves of the empire, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, black people are the original people of the earth, and they say Jesus and God are the whites and the white. That's a lie in itself. So that's why I call it filtering out the bullshit. So, like you read the Bible, even if you read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And see, it's like you stuck on realness. You like real nigga, real bitches, and all that stuff. Stuck on realness. Go read the Bible. Psalms, Proverbs, Book of Sirach, wisdom. That's some real ass shit. Because it's common sense and it's realness. You know what I'm saying? So that's where real come from. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It like each, you know what I'm saying? So the empires is talk about with these people. You go get history. Go get history about Egypt, the Assyrians, Babylonians. The Babylonians is the modern day Ethiopians, which are black people. The Babylonians was black people. The Egyptians was black people. But it wasn't. It was black people enslaving black people. Isn't see like today is black people sold other black people to slavery. They have you African American. All black people not the same. You see what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of confusion. So like for example, like Israel, Moses, and all that during the time of Egypt, the Egyptians was black people. So it was black people that enslaved other black people. You feel what I'm saying? So you have this modern day empire, and they have all these in a certain like these so-called God's people, and these people of this book are the enemies to those nations. Like the Arabs, the original Arabs are black people. Iranians, the original Iranians are black people. Chinese, Japanese, the original Chinese and Japanese people are black people. A lot of people don't know that. You see what I'm saying? So, because they promote white supremacy. Look, they had the house Negro and the field Negro. So when you see light skinned Asians, Arabs, and all that stuff, it be the mulattoes of their race, or light skinned of their race. Like with the so-called Mexicans or Hispanic people, that's just you know what I'm saying? That's another topic. But that's God's people. Like they ain't ruling the earth, they slaves too. Hispanic people are slaves too. It's, you gotta get into history. You know what I'm saying? It's like just, those names are bywords. And disrespectful names to those people. First of all, they're natives of the lands. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So, yeah,